Kanikitpit and welcome to SUAANGAN. I'm your host, Dennis Allen. There's a familiar face at most public events here in the Western Arctic. Most times he's an MC, other times he's a judge, sometimes he's merely a participant. But there's no doubt that the hardest working man in show business in this town is none other than Roy Ipana. His quick wit and hearty laugh are staples at such annual events as the Muskrat Jamboree and Northern Games. Welcome to SUAANGAN Our Strength right here on APTN.
Hello, Bigby. I'll go beer off now to good and a camera off now to good and go. Hey, see what I said? Hila and the couple of to good over. Beer off now to good down in it. Did I say it right? Speaking it out, it is cool. We're not Doris Day. How do you say singing anyway? Doris Rogers, I mean. Anyway, she's going to be singing anyway. Singing next to good one. Singing. You know, a long time ago when you had showing machine? Showing. Doris Rogers, folks, and then we're going to have a couple more, then we're going to get on to our second part of our final agreement celebration. And I'm going to try to talk to you in Inuvialuit a little bit more as I go. I'm telling you, I'm getting good at it, so one day I'm going to be speaking straight Inuvialuit, and all the people that can't understand me, I'm going to make fun of you.
I was born in Aklavik in October 26, 1953. Moved over to Inuvik in 1961, I believe. They said Aklavik was going to flood out, so they moved us over here, and Aklavik's still there. But we moved, the government flew us over here by Twin Otter.
All our people that are involved in the Inuvialuit drum dancing, can you kind of round up together? After Doris, we're going to get a couple more people up here. Then we're going to have our MLA for Boot Lake, Mr. Floyd Rowland. By the way, he's doing a heck of a job in Yellowknife for us, representing us. And for you people don't know that Floyd Rowland is also an Inuvialuit beneficiary. And he always gets the biggest checks when we get our checks. Just kidding.
I had fond memories of Aklavik. We had a circle of friends, and we did our mischievous things and good things, and and we used to always play at Pump Lake or at Shorty's Pond and down by the river. And when you're a young fellow, you like to go swimming on the river, but you weren't allowed, but you'd sneak every time now and then and get a whipping for it later. But we had a circle of friends, probably about 9 or 10, and most of them are still here, and we associated with each other once in a while. And it was good growing up in Aklavik. I have fond memories of Aklavik. My mother had tuberculosis, so she went to Edmonton, and I was not really brought up out on the land at a young age anyway, but I heard about it. And we moved to Inuvik, and my stepfather had a job with the government. So we stayed around Inuvik for probably 7, 8 years. And then my stepfather decided to go trapping because he said he could make more money trapping than working for the government. We started off with Muskrat Jamboree, me and Abel Timiak, and it's been rolling it pretty good ever since. And I've been involved with the Northern Games since its inception in 1969, and that's always been a big part of my life. And whenever things come up with Northern Games, if I can, I'll go there. If I can't, I'll show them my support or give them a call or whatever.
Evelyn Kazoo's in the audience. Heavy, you need that. This is Liz Gordon, who watches Liz of Inuvialuit. She used to hang around with my bunny. My bunny is a real big girl, you know, she's about 200 pounds. She's about 5'10". Liz used to look for fight and let bunny fight. Ladies, don't make any Liz.
We ended up in a residential school here at Stringer Hall, which I didn't like at the start because it took us away from our parents. And but after a little while, I got used to it. And then when I got to be an adult and had a couple of children, I was grateful for it, because there was a lot of us in our family, and it would have been quite a burden on my parents to try to look after us for 10 months of the year. And like I said, I was grateful for Stringer Hall. It fed us 3 meals a day and gave us an education. And I tell you one thing, we made a hell of a lot of new friends through Stringer Hall, and them friendships are still there today. I work for the Inuvialuit Works Project. It's a community-funded program, and our job is to get people back on the workforce, get up in the morning and go about your work. And we do a number of projects in town for non-profit organizations. Also, we call them participants in our job here. We also put them on courses like life skill courses, WMS, TDG, all the necessities in life that you might need, and just to try to make them better off with their resume. And then when they leave here, they can go out and find a better paying job than what we pay them here. Also, it gives them a little self-esteem, I think, and I converse with them quite a bit, try to encourage them, and if they have any problems, family problems, life problems, I try to help them there too, as much as possible. And whenever they talk to me, it's strictly confidential anyway. Like, I don't tell anybody their problems.
SUAANGAN, Our Strength, will be right back here on APTN. Welcome back to SUAANGAN, Our Strength, here on APTN.
We have to put in some hours for the town of Inuvialuit, so we do some cleanups around town, like the main road, the parks, and ballparks, boat launch and that. And we do a lot of work for non-profit organizations, which we like to do. And we also do work for single moms and for elders. That's the best part for me, working for elders. Whatever they ask us to do, we do. We go cut their wood, go clean their yard, go clean their rooftop, fix their stovepipe, anything they ask of us to do, we certainly go do it. Like if we can do it, we'll do it. If we can't, I tell them right off the bat, you have to get somebody that's with more expertise, and I try to be as honest as possible with them. If we can't do it, I tell them. And I like my job, It's always all around town here, and I'm out there meeting people, and some people phone us and I don't even know who they are, but I get to meet them and we go do stuff for them, like these non-profit organizations, like the Great Northern Arts, Northern Games, Muskrat Jamboree. We do quite a bit of work for non-profit people. The Ingamo Hall, we build a rink every year. It keeps us busy here. I like to help people out. Like if people get stuck, I try to be there for them, because my uncle Silas was a role model for me, Silas Kangiana. Whenever my mother needed help, he was there. or somebody else needed help, he was there. And and I try to instill that in my kids. Like what I do, I always try to tell my kids to do the same. If somebody needs help, no matter where they are or what condition they're in, just go. Like, drop whatever you're doing and go. And that's the way my parents taught me. My stepdad used to go miles with the dog team just to go help somebody. And I thought that was pretty cool. If a guy could hitch up his dog just to go help another guy, and it might be a day's travel or two, but he'd go. And that's the way I learned from it. Volunteering wise, I don't know, I just started it. And my motto is like, if somebody's happy if I volunteer, that makes me happy too. You make the world happier, the better off it is.
My Uncle Elijah wanted to read. I'm going to tell you a little story. He was 50 years old when he went to school. He wanted to learn to read his Bible. He couldn't read his Bible, but when he was 50 years old, he started to read. So that just proves us that, you never give up. No matter how old you are, if you want to do something, you just go and do it. And I'm just giving an example to our young people. You chase your dreams. It's like my Uncle Elijah. It took him a long time to read, but he got there. So he's a good example for you young people. There's no such thing as you can't. You have to just try a little harder in life. Okay?
Different people are going to be coming here, different color, different languages. So you just learn to get along with them, and your life is going to be good. My mother told me, you get along with everybody. And I've learned that. That's the real value to me, because I instill that in my children too. I always tell my children, no matter who they are or where they're from, if they want to be your friend, it's their problem. I always tell them that. But, my parents always told me to share stuff too. Like if you get something, you share it automatically. And you go hunting, you never get too much. You don't waste anything. Well, I learned that right off the bat is that you're never better than anybody else. My mother told me that, like, don't be too proud. She said it's no good to be proud because you're going to fall down someday. And they always told me, love one another, love your family, and try to be a friend to everybody. Don't get too excited. Don't dislike people because of the color of their skin. And I've been taught that way, and I instill that in my children. Like, if you're going to go hunting, if you need one caribou, go get one, But if somebody else needs another one, you go get two, You just try to manage how you hunt and go fishing. You got enough to pull your net out, Little things like that I learned when I was a kid. Just about all my life I've been going out since I was about probably 8 years old. I probably missed maybe 2-3 summers because of work. And that's the part I really enjoy in life. Like, people like to go down south or go to resorts or whatever and, drive down south. And I've done that. But the most enjoyment I get is going to my whale camp with my children and my grandchildren. My friends are out there, and, you just stay there for 3-4 weeks and have a good time. Go hunting whales. That's, I had caribou, geese, and whatever, but I really enjoy hunting whales because it just makes me happy to, go out there with my grandchildren, show them how to hunt whales and cut it up properly and try not to waste anything if you can. And I try to teach them how to read the weather. I listen to the radio first, and I tell them how to read the weather, of course. No, just kidding. I quit drinking, first of all, in 1981. I became a born-again Christian. I dedicated my life to the Lord, and He took the alcohol away from me and the smoking. But it got to a point where I got back into it, for 3-4 years. But it started affecting me financially. Like, you go out, it costs quite a bit of money. You go out, and my children were worried, and my grandchildren weren't coming to the house anymore. And one morning, me and my wife got up, about four and a half years ago. She just told me, hey, that's enough now, dear. You spent too much money this weekend. I said, okay, it's up to you. And it was hard for the first couple of weekends, like we were weekend partiers. There was always a party at the house there, and we thought we were doing okay, and but it was really affecting a lot of people in Inuvik. Like people were coming to me and telling me, Roy, you should quit because, we don't see you down at the ice, we don't see you down at Northern Games anymore or anything, and we like seeing you there, Roy. And I thought about that part too. But the easiest part is when you got a good partner, you do it together, it's a breeze. Like right now, me and my wife don't even think about it. Like we're enjoying life. We're just about getting old even, like. But like I said, it was hard for a couple of weeks, but we got through it, and our life is pretty stable now, and we try to refrain from alcohol. We haven't touched it for 4.5 years, and we try to help people that want to quit. We don't force our children to quit. We don't tell them you should quit drinking. We try to help them to slow down and try to love them more and just help them along. And to all the people out there too, like if you want to try to quit, it's up to you. In your heart, you got to say, I don't want to do it anymore, and then you just go without it.
SUAANGAN, Our Strength, will be right back here on APTN. Inuvik elder Rosie Albert is passionate about the Inuvialuit language. She likes to speak it every chance she gets. So when she had an opportunity to teach someone a lesson, well, Rosie did just that.
Do you want help?
Can I leave it?
Huh?
Can I leave it?
I don't understand you.
Wanga Rosie.
Oh, you're asking who I am.
Wanga Rosie.
Uvanga Patrick.
Ihaganaktok. 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 Tutrokit. 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 Tapko tutroki. Kanunga. Mga iliw. Tam na mga iliw. Kuya na niya. Niyokakupit. Niyokarin. Ika. Niyokak.
Oh, okay.
Livilyo. Abang nga kalun mi kina.
Okay.
Tabra na kalun. Niyokkakin.
Okay.
Ako bitin. Kihuk ang ayokkakin. Apan. Kinya apan.
I don't understand.
Ubanga apaga Alec.
I don't understand.
Una, apaga Alec. Akaga Mabel.
Your mom and dad?
I.
Okay.
Kinya apan.
Who's my mom and dad?
I.
Okay. Dad.
Apaga.
Apaba Carl.
Akaga.
Aka Clara.
I.
Okay.
Atatan. Atatan. Atataga Alan Okpik.
My grandparents?
I.
Adataga John.
Ananaga Eileen. Ananaga Eileen.
Ananaga Ida.
I. Iglanga hatkut. Kuya na inye.
Well, that was our show for this week. We hope you enjoyed it. We leave you with scenes from last year's CBC annual spring breakup dinner down at the river. Until then, I'm your host, Dennis Allen. Kuya Naini.
And to our listeners in the broadcast area, I hope you'll enjoy the special programming which will be coming to you live and up until 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's Thursday, June 10th, and I'm Wanda McLeod.
Oh doctor, oh dear Dr. John, your cod liver oil is so pure and so strong. I'm afraid for my life I'll go down in the soil if me wife don't stop drinking your cod liver oil. A friend of my own came to see me one day. He told me my wife, she was pining away. He afterwards told me that she would get strong if I'd get a bottle from dear Dr. John. Oh doctor, oh dear Dr. John, your cod liver oil is so pure and so strong. I'm afraid for my life I'll go down in the soil if me wife don't stop drinking your cod liver oil. I bought her a bottle just for to try. The way that she drank it, I thought she would die. I bought her another, she vanished the same. And now she's got cod liver oil on the brain. Oh doctor, oh dear Dr. John, your cod liver oil is so pure and so strong. I'm afraid for my life I'll go down in the soil if me wife don't stop drinking your cod liver oil. That me wife likes cod liver, there is no doubt. A few thousand gallons have made her quite stout. And now that she's stout, she's as heavy as lead. I now need a pitchfork to turn her